Greetings from Lafeyette Presbyterian Church. As I was contemplating what are we going to talk about now that Easter's over, the thought came to my mind that the gospel writers each write a slightly different account of what happened on Easter morning. And as I began researching it, I realized that there are probably 11 different stories, different viewpoints of this miraculous event. The fact that they're not all the same lends to their credibility. So for the next several days, I'm going to read the scriptures that describe Easter morning as various gospel writers saw it. First one I'm going to read is from the Gospel of Matthew, the 28th chapter. After the Sabbath, at the dawn of the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. There was a violent earthquake, for the angel of the Lord came down from heaven and going into the tomb, rolled back the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes were as white as snow. The guards were so afraid of him that they shook and became like dead men. The angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid. I know that you are looking for Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here. He has risen just as he said. Come and see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples, he has risen from the dead and is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him. Now I have told you." So the women hurried away, afraid yet filled with joy, and ran to tell his disciples. Suddenly Jesus met them. "Greetings," he said. They came to him and clasped his feet and worshipped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee. There they will see me." While the women were on their way, some of the guards went into the city and reported to the chief priests everything that had happened. When the chief priests had met with the elders, they devised a plan and gave the soldiers a large sum of money, telling them, "You are to say, his disciples came during the night and stole him away while we were asleep. If this report gets to the governor, we will satisfy him and keep you out of trouble." So the soldiers took the money and did as they were instructed. And this story has been widely circulated among the Jews to this very day. This story gives a different account than we read just yesterday. And it gives an idea of a tumultuous raising from the dead. I'm always pleased to point out that the stone wasn't rolled away so Jesus could get out of the tomb. The stone was rolled away so that we could look into the tomb and see that he wasn't there. So as we consider these days after Easter, let us consider a continuing resurrection. For prayers, I've had a book in my library for over 50 years called The Prayers of Peter Marshall. And these are the prayers that he made while he was pastor of the Washington Cathedral and later as he was chaplain of the United States Senate. So this morning for our prayers, I'm going to read one of his prayers. O Lord our God, In the face of life mysteries and its vast improbabilities, give us faith to believe that thou makest all things to work together for good to those who love you. Strengthen our conviction that your hand is upon us to lead us and to use us in working out thy will. Thy purpose in the world is always for our good. Even though we may not see the different scenes, let us be willing to make one step at a time and trust you for the rest. Through Jesus Christ, amen.